Hello, this is Dashta. Past few months, I have been observing the events that we all have been part of and also affected by. We have been dealing with COVID-19, which has caused tremendous amount of pain and suffering for everyone. When I say everyone, means every person that exists in this planet, be it Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddha, Hindu, atheist, every everyone with the belief that they are individual and they are unique as far as every person concerned. For the first time ever, every individual that exists in this planet, it feels that has to isolate herself or himself away from being in contact with another human being. For the first time, we are facing the reality of our belief that we are individual. For thousands of years, we have been focusing on ourselves, me. That how important is my life, how important is my belief, how important is the idea of who I am, without caring about how those beliefs or ideas that I have about myself affect someone else. I looked at this COVID-19. I recognize something so familiar yet foreign to everyone. Therefore, I pay attention to it. Without judgment, observe it. I looked at it. I didn't want to name it. I didn't want to say it's bad or good. I just looked at it. Then I noticed that if I do change the name individual or in belief of individualism to Corona behavior, nothing changes in this matter. It's identical, it's almost the same. Therefore, from now on, I am calling individualism as a Corona behavior. So, as I said, for the first time, we have been isolated from everybody else. As a family, as an individual, as a person, everyone is taking the responsibility that they may have the Corona behavior or coronavirus, or someone else may have, and you would be contaminated by the virus that they have in them. Now, let us look at this carefully to see if we do have that Corona behavior in us. If I have that Corona behavior in me, is it possible that I can infect someone else by this behavior that I have, and can cause them pain and suffering and or even death? Now, for the first time ever, this planet, this life, is forcing us to look very carefully at our behavior. My behavior and my thinking and my belief would indirectly affect everyone in this planet. If I am affected by the coronavirus, I am able, even though I may not be affected by it, I'm just a carrier, to pass it on to someone else and cause them to die. This Corona behavior which I have is exactly the same as all the belief that we have had through centuries. Look very carefully to see, do you have the belief that you are individual? It means that you are separate from everybody else in this planet. But the reality, if you look at very carefully, you notice that no, you cannot be separate from the rest of the world. Because I am in Canada, if I have that Corona behavior, that disease, that sickness, I can affect someone in Africa. For the first time, we are noticing it. We are realizing that my behavior and my action and my decision to isolate myself from the rest of humanity if my behavior is not acceptable. If I notice that my behavior, if not changed, can cause the rest of humanity pain and suffering. This corona behavior that I have within me can it change? It can change if I isolate myself from others and then look at my own behavior and look at my own action, pay attention to it to see what my action or the decision that I make would have a certain consequences that others have to deal with. Now, we are recognizing something important, that those people that do not have the corona behavior, such as doctors, nurses, and essential workers, they have put aside all their belief and that individuality idea and concept aside for the benefit of the everyone else in this planet. This is a lesson that this person that is sitting here speaking must be part of the totality. It cannot be individual, it cannot be separate. If it's separate, therefore is not part of the totality. Therefore, the decision that I make, the changes that I make, must be in benefit of every person in this planet. Now look at your corona behavior in you. Carefully look and to see if you have the same behavior in you. Are you angry with everyone because your individuality right has been affected? Are you angry with your government? Now, I say some governments are totally act and behave as they are separate from the rest of humanity. Their corona behavior is so big that causes the death of the nation that they are ruling at the moment. What is it? What is it in us that we are not willing to change the behavior, to understand that we are all one? One body, a human race. At this moment, once we look, this behavior does not belong to any nation or any country, race, or colors, or anything. Is just about all of us. We are the carrier of that virus. That corona behavior is in us. For the first time ever, we want to protect someone else. Because we don't know if we are affected by the virus, or if we go out, we may catch or be contaminated by the virus, by someone else. For the first time, we are thinking of the whole, the totality, the human race. There are certain people that their corona behavior still strong enough that they're not interested in seeing that their belief, their understanding of what is happening now will affect the pain and suffering that we as a human race would endure. They are so consumed with their own individuality and their own right and their own stories that are not willing to open their eyes and look at themselves to see exactly what is happening to us. Look deep within you and see if you have that Corona behavior in you. If you do have that, isolate yourself and change your behavior and work on your behavior for next 21 days. As I said, for thousands of years we have been living as an individual, killing ourselves, killing others, going to wars for proving that we are right. The belief and understanding of who we are we are willing to kill others. But now look carefully. We are not interested, most of us are not interested to kill others. We are isolating ourselves to save someone else that we don't even know. Look to see if you have the Corona behavior within you. And if you do, remove it. Thank you.